welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I posted a video, so if you've forgotten who I am, my name is Pallavi. I'm a med school student here in Prague studying at Charles University. I've officially completed second year. My second year of university is over. I actually completed it a while ago. I finished exams about 2.5-3 weeks ago. They went really well. So I've just been chilling for the last little while. I didn't record anything after exam. A lot of updates to give you guys. I'll give a big old rundown of how everything went in a bit. But first, I need to share with you something much more important. I've been getting a lot of advertisements on Instagram from a place called Notebook Therapy. And I went crazy on their website. They have so many cute things. So they had this fall theme going on, I guess preparing for next year, or maybe it was from the previous year, but I got a couple of things and I'm going to show you. A little backstory that nobody asked for. I hated mushrooms when I was a kid. Hated them, couldn't eat them, they were disgusting. I don't know what's happened since, but I love mushrooms now. So obviously I got a tote bag. Mushroom themed, of course. It's so dang cute, and it's got a little zipper pocket, like a small one at the top for like your phone and your keys and your wallet, which is great because whenever I use totes I always lose my phone in the bottom of the bag. And I also got this like journal. I already have a bullet journal that I'm currently using as like my bullet journal, as well as like just like a regular journal to stop to write things down on. I got the wrong size. This is smaller than my usual bullet journals, but I think it's fine. I think it's really, really stinking cute. The small size actually kind of makes me feel like it's really, like it's an adorable little thing that I just want to hold all the time. And we're sticking with the mushroom theme. Oh yeah, look at that. So cute. No one can tell me this isn't cute. It's just soft and gorgeous and adorable, and the paper is white as snow. I love it. So yeah, really happy about this purchase, and it was like my little present to myself after passing exams. Yes, this is better. I was deeply, oh there we go, really unhappy with that lighting earlier, and I think this is a lot better. Okay, so you saw my gorgeous little notebook and my cute ass tote bag, and I'm really happy about it. I have yet to take the tote out anywhere and do anything with it. Since exams have been over, I have also been reading a little bit more. Currently I'm working on this book called, how much running around to do when you're making a video. Look at me, so unprepared. So I am currently reading this book by Gregory David Roberts called Shantaram. It is a book based on this man's life, just like his experience through India, and I'm really loving this book. It's making me think of like my own country in a very like uplifting and positive way. I don't know how to explain it. He's made the scariest parts of India that I find, maybe not the scariest, but like some of like the more grungy parts of India a little bit magical and a little bit beautiful, and describes them in a way that I never would have been able to, being someone that's from there. So coming from like a foreigner's perspective, this book is amazing. I'm loving it. I got it a long time ago. I think I want to say about a year ago, and I never really got to it. I was busy reading some other books. So I decided that this summer is the summer that I'm going to read this book, and I'm loving it. We've gone through about a quarter of it so far. I don't know if you can see. No, you probably can't see. But I've gone through a quarter of it so far in the past couple of days. Big fan. On the book train, I got another 2 books. I've seen this one a lot on like the Instagram book community. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. See it everywhere. Everybody loves this book, so obviously I am jumping on the bandwagon and gonna try it out as well. And then another one is 3 Women by Lisa Tadeo. Basically, I saw that it was international #1 bestseller, and I was like, interesting. And then I opened up the front cover, and on the front cover, Reese Witherspoon gave it an amazing review. So I was like, that's it, that's all I need. Reese Witherspoon has given this book her seal of approval, which means that I must read it now as well. Those were my unnecessary updates. Not at all what you came for when you clicked on this video. I will get into the good stuff right now. Second year, it's all over. And it ended pretty dang well, if I do say so myself. I had 3 major exams at the end of this year. There was microbiology, biochemistry, and then physiology. Microbiology was a bit of an interesting one. It wasn't like a final, it was more like a midterm, even though it's the end of the year. And this is because microbiology is split between year 2 and year 3. Microbiology, it was by far the hardest course I had this year, and it was the one I gave the least attention to. Just goes to show you how stupid I can be sometimes. I managed to pass, obviously, that's why I'm here. I'm not like crying about the fact that I failed and have to redo the entire year. I passed. I didn't feel like it was a very satisfactory pass because I did it by doing a lot of practice questions instead of actually learning the material properly. Practice questions have their place, but because I didn't keep up with the material very well during the year, it didn't stick. Also, what I've heard from upper years is that this is one of the hardest courses in all of med school. I've also heard it from my parents' friends. It's just a really hard, dense, lots of information kind of course. You just have to learn it all, and it takes time, and you gotta give yourself that time. So I'll be taking it much more seriously next year. In fact, I plan on starting to review everything that we've done already at around like in September, like maybe like a month before school starts, because I do feel like I need a review. I need to refresh my memory. I need to figure out a system for microbiology that actually works for me and will let me retain the information a lot better. That's how microbio went. Not the best, but made it, so I guess it's fine. The next exam I had was biochemistry, and oh my god, biochemistry has been giving me so much trouble this year. So much trouble. It's been such a pain. Like, I hated this course so much throughout the semester. It felt like it was so hard to understand. I didn't know what I needed to know, even though the professors at certain points were very clear. I just didn't feel like I understood the concepts, and I didn't feel like I understood what was required of me. I couldn't get it in my head. By second semester, I was doing a lot more for biochemistry. I was prioritizing it quite a bit, and I was quite up to date with it. So much so to the point where in the last couple of seminars, I would be sitting there answering any questions that came up because I'd studied it really well throughout that semester. Yay! So ironically, it got to the final, and it turned out biochemistry, the bane of my existence, ended up being my best final. Like, I was most prepared for this final exam. Obviously, it went really well again. I was so happy with myself afterwards. Never have to do biochemistry ever again. But also at the same time, I have such a good foundation because I studied so well during the year that I do feel like it's going to stick with me quite a bit, and I will be remembering quite a lot of it throughout the next little while. My last exam was physiology. This course was so much fun. It was by far my favorite course during the entire year. I loved it. The professors were great. The course itself was interesting. Like, the material and concepts were digestible for me. Like, sometimes I just do really well in a course and sometimes I just don't. Biochemistry, I really had to work at it. Physiology, it just came to me. It was beautiful. It was amazing. So while I'd learned all the materials really well during the year, preparing for the final was an absolute miserable experience. I got sick leading up to the exam, and it was a sick that stayed with me. Like, it was just a cold, so I thought it would leave in like a day or two, which is usually how long colds last with me, but this dragged on for a while. I tested myself, it wasn't COVID, so I don't know, maybe it just hit me a little different. Anyway, yeah, so because I got sick and then just stuff happened at home, and it was like, I did not study well for this exam. I was not prepared. I think I had maybe like a sum total of maybe 2 good days of studying for this final. I was terrified when I walked in. I was like, listen, if it doesn't work out, it's fine. We'll try again next time. I was so scared. But what I think saved me was the amount of Anki I had done throughout the year and how consistent I was and how good my Anki cards were, I guess. Like, they really helped me. I got as much as, like, I got the basics in my head. Like, I knew what all the basics were. And so when I sat in for the final, it's kind of like a pick your question out of like a hat type of situation. You get picked like 3 questions out of like a set of maybe 103 it was. And those 3 questions are your questions for the final. So you better know those 3 topics really well. I happened to pick like the set of questions that I knew really well. Thank God. I got really excited about it, wrote down all my answers while I was preparing for it, and then went in for the final with my professor, and it went so well. Like, the exam was so good. I felt really sure in myself. I felt very comfortable with the professor, and it was just a really well done exam, and he was very pleased with me as well, to the point where we were chatting after the exam was over. He's asking me what I wanted to do, what kind of specialty I might want to go into, where I'm from, that kind of thing. And I had brought up that I wanted to do research with his department, and it looks like I'm going to. So I'm excited about that. I know it's gonna be a lot of work on top of a lot of work that's coming up from school next year, but we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to figure something out. All in all, it was a very successful year academically. Personally, I don't know what it was, but I felt like I was really struggling. I struggled with my own expectations for myself, and I don't know why. I think I had planned on this year going a lot easier, and I talked to some friends about this afterwards who have finished second year or in upper years. I discussed with them that I was given the impression that second year was supposed to be super easy and everyone passes second year, you'd barely have to do that much studying, no problem. And I was talking to them about the fact that I studied a lot during second year. Like, I didn't feel like I had that as much free time as people said I would, and I was a little bummed about that. I felt like my expectations weren't just not right. And so talking about this with some of the upper years, they mentioned that this is true, but you also worked really hard, know the material really well, and because you studied so much during the year, you finished your exams probably earlier than most people. And I was like, okay, that's fair enough, that's true. And I think having that conversation really helped me understand that I just operate differently. Some people are really good at cramming towards the end. I can't do that. I'm not someone that can cram at the end, and that's just a fact that I have to accept. That's just who I am. I study throughout the year. I put in good effort. I want to understand the material. That's just me. Yeah, I think I just needed to manage my expectations a little bit better. So that's one thing to keep in mind going into the next year. As for what I'm doing right now, I'm in Prague. Not for too long. I'm going to be going back to Mauritius, where my parents are currently living. In hopefully another week or two. There's a whole passport situation happening. We're working on it. And so while I've been here in Prague for the past little while, I took up a part-time job at a bar, just like bartending every week for a couple of nights a week. It's been like some nice like petty cash to have around to do anything that I want to do. I've been spending time with friends. I've been traveling. I went to Milan recently. That was really nice. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to a summer with my family in Mauritius. My entire family is coming. Well, my dad's side of the family will be joining us from India, and that's gonna be so much fun and so nice. I'm so excited. Will I keep up with studying? No. I do think though I have to get back on the Anki routine. I stopped completely after school ended. I didn't touch Anki. And I do think I have to get back on that. Having that like routine of just doing Anki every day just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable in the effort that I'm putting in. And I do find that since I'm not doing my Czech Anki cards, my Czech has gone way down. So that's it for me. I forgot all about my tea, and I'm hoping it's not gotten too cold yet. Hold on one sec. So good. That's me, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be me for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna continue watching season 3 of Attack on Titan, maybe play a little bit of Stardew Valley, and then sleep nice and early again today. Because I have work tomorrow and I really need the energy for a 6-hour shift at the bar. Also, this cup is so aggressive. Like, it's totally not the vibe today, but I love it. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it for me. I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Be safe, be happy, enjoy the sun, get that vitamin D, and I will see you later. Bye.